It's just sand everywhere,
Okay.
like big dunes.
Okay. Look down at your feet. What do they look like?
Saw 3 toes that
Okay.
were large.
Okay. What color are your feet?
They're kind of like a greenish tan, more
Okay.
tan.
Okay. Look at your hands. What do they look like?
There's 4 long fingers. The skin almost looks like rubber.
Okay. And what color are they?
They're tannish, like light green too.
Okay. Are you wearing anything like jewelry or ornamentation?
There's a gold necklace around my neck. It's kind of,
Does it represent anything?
it's like a bluish jewel in the middle.
Okay.
My clothes are all torn, kind of raggedy.
Okay. And look around. Do you feel like there's anyone around you?
No, it looks desolate. It's very windy and just sand blowing everywhere.
Okay. Are you carrying anything?
Looked like a staff, and I had a bag, like a small bag,
What's in the bag?
more stones.
Okay. Do you know what you're carrying those stones for?
Can use them to do different abilities.
Oh. And how do you do that?
Hold on to each one and focus on it to absorb the energy.
Okay. And what have you done with these stones in the past?
Help people. Use them for power as well.
Okay. And this staff that you're carrying, tell me about that.
It's solid wood. Um, for some reason it reminds me, I keep saying it's an elder. It's attached to the elders.
Okay. How is it attached to them?
I think it's an energetic cord.
Okay.
That whoever uses it has direct access to the elders beyond this plane.
And how do you use that?
You just hold on to it.
Okay.
Anything I touch, you can absorb the energy and make a connection.
And is that something normal to you or everybody?
Not everybody. It's normal for me, but others can do it, just not as many.
Okay. All right. And standing here, do you feel like you're going somewhere?
I'm searching for a city that there's nothing in sight for, it looks like, for hundreds of miles, but I'm searching for a city.
Okay. Is there anything else about that scene that you'd like to tell me about?
Looks like I've been through some type of war or hardship because of my clothes, and that I've left it.
Okay. Is your body damaged in any way?
No, it just looks like dirty, like smoke marks.
Okay. Okay, so let's do this. Let's leave that scene and move forward until you get somewhere where you're going. And now you're there. Tell me about that.
There's pyramids surrounded by a jungle.
Okay. Tell me about the pyramids. What do they look like?
They're built out of stone with this gold sheen to them. There's a lot of busy people around them protecting them.
How are they doing that?
There's people posted in the front that have weapons.
Okay. Why would they need to protect them? From what?
This says they're sacred spots that not everybody can go into.
Oh, okay.
Something powerful inside.
Okay. Have you ever been inside one?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me about these weapons they're holding. What did they look like?
They look like guns, but they look like space guns. They're not like a normal rifle. They shoot this energetic frequency out of them.
Okay. And what does that do when it hits something?
Stuns them, they just freeze. Some people it can kill.
Okay. All right. And what kind of clothing are these protectors wearing that are holding the guns? What are they wearing?
It's like a dark brown. It's lots of layers on layers of type of clothing.
And are they the same type of entity as you are?
No. They have almost like a dark brown, black skin.
Okay.
Heads are shaped different.
Okay, so there's something different than you are, but you're all from the same planet or not?
Yeah, I belong here.
Okay. Do they belong here?
I've always known them to be here.
Okay. All right. So this is a normal thing to see them guarding the pyramids.
Yeah, they help manage the city.
Okay. All right. So is there anybody else that you'd like to tell me about while we're standing here looking at the pyramids?
No, I just know what's inside the pyramid.
Okay. So now that you're here, where are you going?
For some reason there's a gold mask inside the pyramid that I'm trying to retrieve.
Okay. And how do you intend to do that?
I have to create some type of distraction to be able to get through the front door, past 2 guards.
Okay. All right. So let's move forward to this distraction you create. What happens?
I set off a bomb in the city center that's probably 30 feet away. That's small. It's just enough time to sneak into the door to get into the temple.
Okay. So it worked and now you're in the temple?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now that you're in the temple, what happens next?
There's women in there that they're very nice and gentle, that they can't leave this area, but they're taking care of the mask that's on a gold pedestal. There's like a column of light that flows from the top of the pyramid down to the mask.
Okay.
So it's very special.
So what does this energy do as it flows down and impacts the mask? What happens?
If you put the mask on, that you cannot be harmed. You have full power over everything.
Okay. And are these ladies going to let you have the mask?
I'm not really sure who I am. They're not saying much. I think they think because I've been allowed in that I'm okay.
All right. What happens next?
Just in awe of finally seeing this mask that I've been looking for a long time, that is connected to the Christ consciousness of pure light that you cannot harm with, but you can use its powers for good.
Okay. Let's do this. Describe the mask to me. Tell me what it looks like.
gold, and then up across the eyebrows, it has 3 gems, stones. One is red, green, and blue on each side. It's like there's diamonds around the rim of the mask that it would just sit right on your face.
Okay, now you can see this clearly, and you'll be able to draw this out when you're not in session. So this picture now resides in your mind, and you can draw this mask out later. Okay. Is there anything else you want to tell me about the mask?
Needs to be taken away from these people that are guarding the pyramid, because they don't have the right intentions for owning it.
Okay. And that's why you're here? Okay. And who told you to come do this?
Just had a knowing that it has to be done, that this darker power has been holding this from us for far too long.
Okay. All right. So what happens next now?
I want to put it on, but I'm not supposed to.
Why is that?
It's to be returned back to its original location
Okay.
first.
Okay. But wouldn't putting it on allow you to get out of the pyramid and back where you need to go a lot easier?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what do you do?
I put it in my bag, exit the pyramid so that nobody knows that I took it. And then
Okay.
I walk through the city to the jungle.
So as you're walking through the city, tell me about the city a little bit, because you've described the pyramids, but describe this city. What does it look like?
It's cobblestone roads with stuff is made out of different tree. It's made out of wood poles, and then there's cloth canopies that cover the top of it. Walls are made out of, it looks like clay or some type of natural cement looking type material. It's poor looking. It's kind of run down.
Okay, that conflicts with the description of the advanced laser gun thing that the other people were holding. So why is this city have no technology, but the people guarding the pyramid do?
Because they're from the dark side, that they are controlling the people in the city. They come to these areas and take over. This one, because they know the people don't have the power to fight back, they can keep the mask hidden in the pyramid easier.
Why didn't they just take the mask?
Power's too strong for it. They can't actually use it. So they just withhold it from the correct people that can.
Okay. All right, that tracks. Gotcha. Okay, so now you've left the city and you're moving back through the desert again?
I'm still in the jungle. It looks like just walking through a very dense jungle.
Okay. So you're on your journey, and let's move forward until something else happens. And now you're there. What's happening?
I'm back at the sand dunes that I can almost see these. There's 3 giant pyramids that are this brightest gold white light, that I know that's home, that it's trying to return to there.
Okay. And that's where you're heading to?
Yes.
How many pyramids were at the other place where you took the mask from?
Just one.
Oh, okay. All right.
Looked very different.
Okay. All right. So is there anything else about that scene that you want to talk about?
No, you just feel excited and happy to be returning back to this area with the mask. I know everybody will be very happy and proud.
Okay. So let's move forward just a little bit to you're there now and you're about to give the mask back or whatever. Tell me about that.
The person I'm giving the mask to looks similar to me with my skin, but they're like almost a golden luminescent type color. But they're very gentle. They're just very surprised that I brought this back. It will restore the full power back to the city to protect everybody and to other cities. That these dark forces can't keep coming in and taking over them as easily.
Why are they surprised you brought it back?
Because it's been gone for so long.
Oh, okay. And these people that look like you, are they wearing anything?
They look more royal. I look like a more common type person because my clothes are dirty and destroyed. Theirs is like white robes. Skin is the golden luminescent. So they seem more pure.
Okay. Do they have the same facial features as you?
Yeah,
Well, tell me about that. What do their faces look like?
they have these round, oval, like long faces. They almost look like some type of alien creature. They're not human. With these two big eyes. Then their fingers and toes are both very long. 4 fingers and 3 toes as well.
Okay. Do they have any hair on their head?
No.
Okay. Are they wearing anything on their heads?
Has this like gold band around the top that also has a jewel, but it's like this super bright white.
Okay. All right. So you give the mask back to this being, and then what happens?
You put it on this pedestal, and the source light connects to the top and comes straight through it, and it looks like you can see the energetic lines gritting through the whole earth, that it's just restoring to connect power back to these cities that had been taken over.
Okay. And when a city gets taken over, what happens? What's the point of that?
Keeps the vibrations low, and they can control the people.
Okay. All right. Okay.
They use them for work and to create things that just serve the dark forces.
Okay. All right. So you give it back. The source light comes through. It re-energizes the grids of the planet. What happens next?
And there is a party in the town that everybody, the whole city joins together to celebrate. They know the power is back in a pure form, and there are no more fear.
So this is like a big party?
Yeah, it's like a festival that they will throw so that the whole towns and other people can come to reconnect and celebrate the power being turned back.
Okay. Are you going to be part of that festival too?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you there now?
Yeah, there's almost like a parade procession that the person I gave the mask to is leading it, and then I'm on another chariot type vehicle that they're showing honor to myself and to other soldiers that have been fighting to restore this.
Okay. So when you say chariot, are you mean like a traditional chariot or something else?
It looks like it's on 4 big wheels, but it's very adorned. It's with gold, and it has giant red, like fabric pillow looking things that you can sit on, that you just sit in an open top as it gets pulled along.
What's pulling it?
They're these horses with wings.
Like Pegasus?
Yeah, similar.
Wow, that's cool. Okay. And what color are they?
They're white and gray.
Okay.
They're kind of swirled.
Okay. And there's a bunch of them?
There's 2 for each chariot. There's probably like 10 chariot.
Okay. All right. And what are you wearing now? Are you still wearing those same clothes or something different?
No, I'm wearing a white robes now, with a gold belt.
So do you feel like you got some kind of promotion or something, or they just made you look nice?
Yeah, I feel like I'm been promoted.
Okay.
It's
So
a higher honor.
okay. So the parade goes on, and what happens after the parade?
They're building the armies to keep us protected and how to remain in power so that we won't be overtaken again by dark forces.
Okay. And how are they doing that? Like physically building an army?
Yeah, they're recruiting new people and helping teach them how to stay in their own power, which feeds off this grid to be able to fight any dark forces they ever come across.
Well, let's talk about that just a little bit because that's interesting. How are they teaching these people to fight and stay in their power? What specifics are they showing them?
They can pull the energy from the ground, and as long as they keep holding this white light power, uh, they are almost untouchable, especially with the mass now being back in our power control. We teach them that this is all they need to stay protected. They can outdo weapons. If they were to be shot, this white power or this white light would repel any of those energetic vibrations.
Wow. Okay. So this mask was the key to everything then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's move forward just a little bit until something important is happening in your lifetime there that you think is important. And now you're there. What's happening?
And see, there's the soldiers have formed a complete circle around the pyramids that have created this perimeter around the city to protect it, and they're activated, emanating out this white energetic light, and you can see coming through the jungle is this darker energy that we know people are in the forest, but their energy is hovering above, that it's giving it away, that they're coming to try to test to take back this mask.
Okay. And what happens next?
They start shooting, and they're not having the white light is repelling them. It's not even allowing them to exit out of the jungle to be able to get close enough to the city.
Okay.
Some people are failing on being able to pull energy from the ground, but there's enough that's withholding it all.
Okay. And does this continue for a length of time?
Yeah, they will always continue because they need to get the mass back to regain any power in this universe.
Okay. All right. And What happens next?
People on the dark side are very upset and frustrated, and they look to be really.
Okay. All right. So let's move forward just a little bit from the end of this battle to another time where something important is happening in this lifetime for you. And now you're there. Tell me about that.
Looks dark in this area where I'm at.
Okay. What else do you see?
I feel like I'm in a chamber below somewhere. I can't get out of it.
Okay. You feel like you're somewhere you don't want to be?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's back up just a little bit to be right before that happened. And now you're there. Tell me about that.
They broke through part of our perimeter, and so we are hiding in a chamber underneath one of the pyramids to protect everything.
Okay. Are you still projecting light and everything?
The outside army forces are, but we are trying to hide part of our light under this chamber so that we won't be found. It's a distraction.
Okay. And how many are you in this chamber?
There's 4 of us. It's the boss that I gave the mask to originally. He has it. And then there's 2 other, it looks like a female, and 1 other male.
Okay. And are you male or female?
A male.
Okay. All right. So what happens after the chamber? What happens once you get out of the chamber?
Go outside and it looks like so much has been destroyed. By the darkness that they're around, there's a lot of death. And it feels like there's a second wave that's coming that we know that we have to prepare for to be able to hide this mask.
Okay, so you still have the mask?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it still pulling in the source energy?
Not on the podium that it connects to the grids. It still has power, but it's different when we put it on this podium because it connects from the top source and the bottom to go out into the earth grids.
Okay. All right. So where is the mask? Does somebody have it? Are you hiding it or what? Where is it?
Their leader has it in a white cloth. It's wrapped in white cloth and they're holding it.
Okay. But as you said, whoever's holding this mask or puts it on is invincible, right?
Yeah, they're untouchable, so they can't be harmed. I'm not sure why they don't put it on.
Okay. All right. So what happens next?
We have to make it to the separate pyramid that has the podium so that we can recharge everything, and that it would help heal some of the soldiers that are lying around that aren't dead yet. We need to come out of the hiding. We can just feel the darkness around us. And it seems like some of the darkness has cloaking devices where they can become invisible, even though we can feel them. We can't see them right now.
Okay. So what happens next? Do you make it to this pyramid?
Yes.
Okay.
The mask is replaced and it starts re-energizing the grid. And it naturally kills some of the dark forces that are in our that are close by because they can't withstand the frequency.
Okay. And what else?
Looking at so much destruction around us, trying to figure out how this could have happened, because we should have been able to repel it all from ever coming into our town and frequency.
All right. Is there anything else about that scene you'd like to describe?
No.
All right. So let's move one more time to somewhere where something important is happening to you in that lifetime that you think is important. And now you're there. Tell me about that.
I just saw the mask exploding, that has been destroyed. And everything it's like dark with a red horizon. And we're back out in the sand dunes. It's watching the city from far away. These pyramids are being destroyed and blown up.
Okay. So what happens next?
Just by myself again out here, that there's our boss leader stays with the mask up until the end, trying to protect it. And they were all compromised when it was blown up.
So they died?
Yeah.
Okay. And what are you planning on doing now?
Don't know. I'm just sitting here watching the whole place. It's burning in red flames, and there's just this dark, heavy cloud that's hanging above all three pyramids, that it's almost like harvesting any last bit of light energy.
The dark forces are harvesting the light energy?
Yeah, it's in a cloud form, so you can see sparks of light being pulled from the ground that go up into the cloud.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else about that scene that you'd like to describe?
Just feels lonely. It feels sad.
Okay. So let's leave that scene and drift and float to the last day of that lifetime. And now you're there. Tell me about that.
I'm still in the jungle by myself, that I'm running out of sources, and I can't go into any major cities because they're taken over by the dark forces. So I'm trying to live off the land, but I'm trying to pull natural energy from the plants because they will give it off. But we're starting to run out, I'm too weak, that I can't sustain myself.
Okay. So as the body ceases to function, what happens next?
I lay down on the ground and I've propped my head against a tree. And I know I'm going to go to sleep and never wake up again. But I've been wanting this because I want to get out of here.
Okay. And now that you're on the other side, what happens next?
It's just out in like a galaxy with a lot of different stars. It looks like just star systems. But I'm just floating in nowhere for now.
Okay. And this is directly after you left the body?
Yeah.
Okay. So where do you go from there?
Feels like I'm just hovering in the darkness with the stars. Um, I don't know where it resets yet.
Okay. Well, everyone has a healing process. So let's move to the afterlife healing process. Tell me about that.
Looks like these blue chambers, that it's all just light energetics. There's not physical walls, that you step into these chambers and it helps heal any harm that's been done to you, and it refills up your energy.
Okay. And how does that feel?
Like a cool feeling, that feel cool as in temperature, that it's almost, it's like it restores you in one session, to where you could do anything. You could go to war, you could travel as far as possible on foot, that you have your connection to source again as well, that you can see and connect to all things around you.
Okay. And as you're moving into these chambers, is there any energy or entities or presences around you?
No, I can see other chambers around me though, where people have been restored, are inside them, but it's like an energetic body. It's not a physical body. And some of them are different colors. I think that's during the healing process, they change.
Okay. All right. So how long do you stay in this chamber?
Until your colors change 4 times. Some are faster. Mine is on the second color, that it goes from red to blue to purple to white. And when you're white, you can be released.
Okay. And once you get released, what happens then?
You go to a council that shows you where you will incarnate on your next trip or lifetime.
Okay. So let's go there and describe that process to me.
Walking up, and they're all at a big table. It's all white light. It's like the outlines of people. And there's 6 people there. It looks like they're reviewing what happened in my past life and what happened with the mask. Look, they're concerned. And then they're grouped together to figure out where I will be going in the second one, my next life.
Why are they concerned?
Because the white light was destroyed in the past life, and we were sent there to carry it through and to make sure it sustains. And so they're deciding whether I will be able to go into another incarnation doing the same, or whether it will be less of a challenge.
Okay. And what do they decide?
It's like it will be a more peaceful life on my next one, with less hardships. I experienced a lot of loss. And